Hi, I'm Brenda Quintana, coming to you from the Beehive at QBsQuest.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fun card using the Waterfront stamp set. Now this stamp set is really cool because you can create different scenes with it. And I have seen some amazing things done with this set. But I wanted to show you how you could make even a simple scene and it looks awesome on these cards. And the neat thing about this stamp set, it has images that take it all the way from being a northern climate to being a southern climate. So you can use the same layout and color scheme for both cards. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make these cards. To start off with, you're going to need a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, and I've cut this piece to 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. We're going to create the scene starting from the bottom and working up. So the first thing we're going to stamp is the water at the bottom. So you're going to need your Pool Party ink pad. And you're going to need this stamp that looks like this. And you're going to ink it up. You're going to stamp it about 1/2 inch from the bottom and centered from side to side. Then you're going to take the stamp with all the little dots on it and ink it up. And I'm just going to stamp that right over top of the image I already stamped. Then you're going to need your Lemon Lime Twist ink pad. And you're going to need the stamp that looks like this. I'm going to stamp the skinnier side of the stamp to the left. Ink it up. And I'm going to hover it over my water and I'm just going to make sure it overlaps the water just by a little bit. Then I'm going to take my Crumb Cake Ink Pad and this stamp that kind of looks like a mountain. Ink it up. And again, I'm just going to see that it just overlaps my Lemon Lime Twist just a wee bit. Then I'm going to take my Old Olive ink pad and the stamp with the trees on it. These are the pine trees. And I'm going to add it just to the right of my card, just with the trunks of the trees touching the Lemon Lime Twist, like that. Then I'm going to take my Crushed Curry ink pad and grab the circle stamp, ink that up and stamp that just at the top left-hand corner. And here is my first scene all stamped. Now let me show you how to do that as a beach scene. So again, I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White that is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. I'm going to start with my Pool Party ink pad again. Take the same stamp as I used for the water before. Ink it up and stamp it in the exact same spot as you did for the other one. 1/2 inch from the bottom and centered from side to side. I'm going to take the stamp with all the little dots on it. Ink it up, stamp it over top of the water. Then instead of stamping Lemon Lime Twist, I'm going to stamp with Sahara Sand because I'm creating a beach scene. I've cleaned my stamp and now I'm ready to ink it up in Sahara Sand. This time I want the skinny end on the right side. Just ink that up. I want to overlap it with the water just a wee bit. Then I'm going to take my Crumb Cake ink pad and I'm going to take this stamp that looks like 2 lines. These are the trunks of the palm tree and I'm going to stamp them just to the right, just a little bit above the sand like that. I'm going to take my Old Olive ink pad and take this stamp, which is the top of the palm trees, ink it up and stamp it right over top of the 2 trunks. Then I'm going to take my Crushed Curry ink pad and the circle stamp and stamp a sun. And here again are my 2 scenes. One is a beach scene and one is a forest scene. And either one of these will work with the rest of the card that I'm going to create now. So next we're going to need a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to need my Bermuda Bay ink pad. I'm going to take the stamp that says "Friends Make the Good Times Better," and I'm going to ink it up and stamp it right in the center of this strip. Then I'm going to use the 1 3/8 scallop circle punch. Open it up, center the greeting, and then just punch it out. Then to create the embossed strip down at the bottom of the card, I'm going to take my Big Shot. I've got my regular platform here. I'm not going to need this thin die adapter piece. We're going to be working right on the base platform. I'm going to need 1 cutting plate down. Then I'm going to need a piece of Crumb Cake cardstock, and I've cut this piece to 5.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And I'm going to need the Simple Stripes embossing folder. I'm going to place my piece of crumb cake inside the folder. I'm going to make sure it's centered, and I'm also going to make sure it looks straight because I want to make sure the lines look nice and straight when they come through. I'll place this on the cutting plate and put the second cutting plate right on top, and then I'm going to run this through. And here is the embossed piece that you'll get. So now we just need to put the card together. So you're going to need a card base, and I've cut a piece of Bermuda Bay Card Stock to 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and then I scored it in half at the 4.25 inch mark. Then I folded it along the score line, and I can use my bone folder to smooth down that fold. Next, we're going to take this embossed piece and some Tombow glue, and we're going to put glue on the back of here, just a really light stream. And I'm going to add this to the front of the card, make sure it's situated right along the bottom. Then we're going to take our focal point piece, and I'm also going to add some Tombow to the back of it. And I'm going to make sure that I add this centered from top to bottom and maybe about 1/2 inch in from the right hand side. Then I'm going to take my little piece that says "Friends Make the Good Times Better," and I'm going to add 3 dimensionals to the back of it. I want it to pop out from the card just a little bit, and remove the backings. Then I'm going to add this to the left of the card. I've already got a bow tied with the Pool Party Baker's twine. And I'm going to take a mini glue dot and my paper piercing tool. And I'm going to use my paper piercing tool to kind of roll up a mini glue dot so it ends up being more like a mini glue blob. And then I'm going to place that right in between my focal point and just underneath my greeting. And then I'm going to add the knot of the bow right to that blob, like that. And there is the finished card. You could also do the card with the beach scene. Either one looks pretty. So there you go, some really fun cards made with the Waterfront stamp set. And there's so many different scenes that you'll be able to create with this stamp set that I'm sure it's going to be on your wish list. All the supplies you'll need to make these fun cards are available for purchase on my blog. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Bye for now. If you liked this tutorial, be sure to check out all the free with purchase tutorials available on my blog. The Hershey's Bow is just one of the exclusive tutorials that you can choose free with a minimum purchase in my Stampin' Up! Store. Hi, it's Brenda again. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also visit my blog for more information on my projects and to learn about my rewards program, or just watch another one of my videos. Thanks for watching.